Hello, hello, hello. What we got going on today? Nothing. Yeah, me either. Just went to work. All right, let's get into it. As we all know, Thursdays are for editing and reviewing exposures. And of course, we'll always go over a little bit of NFL talk, every day. If there's anything to discuss, obviously. The headlines today said Ravens signed veteran quarterback Huntley. Was that Brett Huntley? My brain went to Huntley. It was Brett Huntley. Interesting. Last year he was with the Colts. And he'll work alongside Anthony Brown and Tyler Huntley, who's I thought that was I thought he was already on the team, but little did I know. Forgotten Force. Okay, McDaniels declines discussion. Happened workout. That probably means it didn't go well. AFC West projected starters. Weakest division. Cobb praises Watson, ignores doubters. CD on being Dallas' number one. I've been ready. Sometimes you don't show it. For Greg Gron Foles, I wanted Nick since I've been here. To be the backup, hopefully. Players now on IR for 4 games. That's good, because it wasn't an 8 games that they had to miss. 16 on practice squad. I don't know what that means. So, Colin Kaepernick works out for Raiders on Wednesday. Now are the headlines. Alrighty. I have not much else to say. I've just been grinding at work and ready for this 4-day weekend. I can say that much. Hopefully my schedule gets changed. Right now with my AWS, I work Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but I put a request in to have off on Fridays instead of Tuesdays. So, fingers crossed. It'd be really cool to have a 3-day weekend every weekend / every holiday in the world. That's on a Monday. Nice little 4-day weekends. It'll be cruddy because Thanksgiving's in the back half of the year, but I don't mind. It'd be weird going to work 4 days in a week though, like in a row. That'd be weird. All right. Enough about my life. Let's get on here and look at some exposures. Let's go to underdog first. UDDK drafters is how we do it. All right, so let's just go to results. See what my exposures are. Drafts, baseball. What? Results. Drafts. No. Baseball. NFL. My brain is not working. Live. Can you just take me home? Take me home. I don't know where I was, but I was lost. All right, so we're not going to worry about all of these. Let's see here. So quarterbacks, our top 5 are Zach Wilson, Justin Herbert, Davis Mills, Josh Allen, and Dak Prescott. Makes sense to me. And you can throw Jalen Hurts in to be on average with how many quarterbacks they should be getting, technically. But Zach Wilson, I feel like there's going to be a huge step up in his play this year. They got him a bunch of weapons. He showed that he can get the the ball downfield, and he showed some athletic ability that like he'll run the ball if needed. Unless he's just really bad. Like he's not my number one quarterback. So all these shares are of him being like QB2. Like I paired him up, Justin Herbert with him, obviously, like a whole bunch. And sometimes if I don't get a good quarterback, like say I fell down, maybe I got Rodgers, I would pair him up with Mills and Wilson. Not to say that Rodgers is not a good quarterback, because clearly he's the back-to-back MVP. What I'm saying is he's good for fantasy. Rodgers isn't as mobile. Maybe with this toe feeling a little bit better, maybe he will be. But as you see, I only have 13 quarterbacks that I've drafted out of 50 drafts. So I'm trying to limit my exposures in certain areas and like just shrink it down. And hopefully the ones that I get explode gives me more opportunity to get the right lineup. If I nailed it, if Zach Wilson is the guy, then I'm going to be at a bigger advantage because I'll have him in different spots. Whereas somebody who has a select exposure, like overall, might have him. Say Zach Wilson is the guy you need, right? Like he's like an amazing second-year quarterback. Well, I'm going to have more of him, right? So I'm going to have, he was the guy you needed. I'm going to have him with this guy, with that guy, with this guy, with that guy. Whereas someone who has 8% just wants to be with the field, right, is only going to have him with a couple guys here, a couple guys there, where I'm going to be loaded on him. Let's go to running back. And as we all know, Najee 0101, not only for the bit, but also because I believe in his talent. I've seen him play. Like he runs hard. He's not someone that's pussyfooting around the backfield. He's going downfield. He's getting as much as he can. And it sucks that he's getting hit in the backfield, but maybe he doesn't this year. Maybe the blocking is a little bit better. Maybe they're more efficient. Trubisky threw a ton of passes to his running backs, which was Tariq Cohen. So it's not like out of the realm that his passing game might go down. It may go down. Who knows? But his running ability should only go up from what he had last year. And then I'm playing Russian roulette with these backup running backs. I have a bunch of Haskins and Madison. So if something happens to Henry, we got a shit ton of here. If anything happens to these running backs, I know that Darrell Williams just got signed to the Cardinals. It's a little irritating, but I'm hoping that Keontae just blows him out of the water and wins like the second starter spot. As I've said before, he's the trash panda of Jamal Charles, and I think that they are similar. The way they played were very similar. And just hopefully get lucky with one of these running backs. It's not anything crazy, so I'll just list them off the top. We'll go to the top 30-ish%. So we'll start with 31% Dameon Pierce, 33% DeAndre Swift, Khalil Herbert, Rashad White, Devin Singletary, Brian Robinson, Keontae Ingram, Alexander Madison, Hassan Haskins, Najee Harris. Now, the only one that I'm like, is Brian Robinson. So what I'm going to do today is I'm probably going to move Brian Robinson back. And that's there anybody else. Like Tony Pollard, I'd like probably move him up. So I make sure I get him and A.J. Dillon in some more drafts. So I'll probably move them up. So here comes the biggest splash zone of players is the receiver section. Now, as we may have seen already, I have a lot of Nico Collins. A lot. Not a bad thing. Don't be scared out of a high number. That just means I believe that he's going to have a breakout second year. I had a very similar amount of Colin Johnson last year. Now, if we were to look at it, Colin Johnson or Nico Collins, I'm probably going to go with Nico Collins to have a better year. So at least I'm in the right track. I think he's criminally underowned, and his drafts, his ADP is just 213 is a little crazy, especially if people are starting to come around to Davis Mills. And Brevin Jordan's going to be another year better. And Brandon Cook's still there. John Mechie's going to be there. Now, the target share may go down to what he had last year, or it may go up. Who knows? Like, we don't really know that part, but we do know that he did, like, wreck defensive backs towards the end of the year last year. So, what's to say he can't get better and do it again this year? Speaking of which, Joshua Palmer. Very same situation, except that when either Mike or Keenan weren't playing, Palmer stepped in, and he stepped in big. He didn't have like ginormous games. I don't know if they have his stat line from last year: 49 targets, 33 receptions, but he looked like a guy. And I think that he's going to move ahead of Jalen Guyton this year, as in he's going to get more targets and whatnot, and he's going to look like okay, it's time to get rid of Keenan because we have Joshua here to take over. Even if he doesn't, like, they'll move on from him. But as a late round flyer, these two guys, one of them's gonna do well, in my opinion. We don't know, may not know which, but one of them will. Is this not showing all 50 teams? Whatever, it's showing enough of the teams. Elijah Moore, I believe in the talent. This coincides with having a bunch of Zach Wilson. I always had that stack, typically. And then in my opinion, this year's Cooper Kupp is Mike Williams. This is his breakout season. If he doesn't do it here, he ain't ever going to do it. He just got paid. And I feel like the Chargers are like, maybe it's my bias, we're on the cusp of making it to the playoffs and maybe even more. So I feel like that would put him hungry to get to the Super Bowl on his back, especially with how much they just paid him. Last but not least, Amon-Ra St. Brown. I just like his hunger. Every time I listen to him talk, I'm like, oh, he wants it. He wants to be better than everybody that was drafted in front of him. He wants it more than they do. Not to say Chase is not going to outblow him by, but he's going to be in the competition talk of like, oh man, how did we miss out on Amon-Ra? In the third round. Like, what a great pick. You know what I mean, kind of thing. So if these guys are good, just say I got that right, I'm miles ahead of everybody else. Because the 45%, I'm saying up to 80% of these guys. And if I'm right, even if I'm right on 3 of these guys, say I bat 500, right? And half my teams, 3 of them are going to be rock stars. And I'm going to have them on 50% of my teams. You know what I mean? And most likely together. That's making my teams look even better. Last but not least, 9 tight ends. It's not going to take very long. My tight ends that I do draft, I believe in. It's TJ, Kyle Pitts, Dawson Knox, Dallas Goedert, Dalton Schultz, Rob Gronkowski, Irv Smith Jr., Brevin Jordan, Hayden Hurst. Now I only have one share of Brevin Jordan and Hayden Hurst, but that's if I don't get TJ, Kyle, or Goddard. If I don't get 2 of those, and Schultz. If I don't, any of these 5 guys, if I don't get 2 of those 5, that's when we see me getting one of these guys. And I like all those guys. So I'm not going to touch my tight ends. I might move Hayden Hurst up, but that's like up, not sometimes I don't see him kind of thing. He gets drafted. Okay. How do I edit now? What am I doing? Rankings. NFL. Got a lot of Josh Allen, I think. Maybe I'm just in my head and think I do. Let's move him up one. I had that decision today, and I picked Mike over Jalen. Connor. This is Darren Jones. That's about right. Do. Man, oh man. I just went through a whole thing in my head. I just dazed and oh man. I need to put some music in the background of this thing, man. I am either tired or something, but I went through a whole conversation in my head about Keenan Allen. Daydreaming. Perfect card to have on because I was totally daydreaming. One more Travis Etienne. I had been talked into it. Probably shouldn't, but I am buying what everybody's selling me. What not? Lazard can't go behind. He's gotta go ahead of him. Or get out of here. Cook. Mm-hmm. I'm tired. Yep. I didn't move the stupid thing again. You can't see any of that. That's so dumb. Maybe that's tough to read. All right, I'll make it a little bit better on this one. Can I add this? No. Shame, Felix. Shame. Zooming in one. Better. The fact that Tom Brady doesn't have Antonio Brown, that's the only reason he's down there. Quarterback's done. Dum. I think we're done with running backs. Boop. Not much of a change there, but I would have him up higher, but he's already kind of a reach right there. I pooped. I don't even know I need to look at tight ends, but I'm not getting enough of him. I don't really like Oku. I've been wanting to get more of him too, actually. Move those two guys up a little bit. Save rankings. Try not to fall asleep. Let's go to drafters. Ugh. My last week of overtime. We have gone 5 straight months of overtime. I'm working like 50 to 60 hour work weeks. That doesn't include, the time that I'm just there. Like I wake up at 5 every morning and I typically leave around 6:37. I don't get home until 7:38. Put the kids down for bed, eat, come do this, run it back. Sorry if I fell asleep. It's 27 minutes in. I think I was editing my rankings. Got my Christmas headband though. We got one more site that we got to work on, and it is Drafters. To be fair, I mean, honest with you, I've been only slow drafts on Drafters, so this hasn't really changed much since last week. It probably won't change much right now, or because I'm tired. Let me pull it up. Share my screen. Body boop. Body boop. Chrome tag. Drafters. Share screen. Rankings. Imports. Cancel. Load rankings. Best ball imports. Oh, nice little catnap. I can't believe I just nodded off. I'm tired. How do I do this? Okay. James Conner, Saquon Barkley. Probably Jalen Waddle, a couple backs on. Yeah, right where I have them and everything else. Montgomery, you're moving back some. You can always move back some. I don't know why I'm coming around to him, but I am. Looking for any other discrepancies that I don't really care for. Why am I low on Shed Bateman? Update. Call it the night. Sorry if it's probably the most boring stream ever. I would show you my players on both underdog. Or you know what? I'm gonna show my exposures to when there's something to really show on DraftKings and Drafters. But right now, like it's so hard to show like my actual numbers, and I don't plan on like inputting it in until at least after I'm done with everything. To be honest, like that's just how I roll. And I guess if Spike Week gets that site up for the their whole thing, that'd be cool too. But we'll wait. We'll see. This was would say it was fun and real, but this was just real. It's just this authentic me getting a day in life with me. You know what I mean? Like I am pooped. So I'm gonna hit that sack and we're gonna grind tomorrow. Tomorrow we're grinding. We'll get a DK draft in tomorrow. Might live stream that. We'll see. But that last DraftKings stream was my best viewed stream. So I'm going to grind the effing living out of those, on stream. Who knows? Maybe people like them, like me, because I'm the DK best ball Millie Maker winner. I don't know. It's totally fun to just scream that out. All right, well, it's been 30 minutes of your time, and I appreciate any second that you spent with me, long or short. I will see you guys tomorrow night.